it was the end of the summer, and I was walking with my daughter to her preschool. So we were walking up this very steep hill, and it was a very hot day. Objectively, the temperature was 40 degrees here, so that's 104 degrees. It was very, very hot, and all I could think about was, today it is so hot. There I am walking up this steep hill, and I see this older man. He comes out of the building, he's wearing a scarf. Now, mind you, I'm schwitzing. I'm so hot, and here's this man, and he's wearing a scarf, and it's the end of the summer. And at that moment, I had a realization that there's one objective reality, which is that it's 105 degrees outside. But my perception of reality and his perception of reality create two different realities. So if I were to tell him it is boiling hot outside, how could you be wearing a scarf? I'd be wrong, because he's cold. Which, for whatever reason, I don't know. If it's lack of circulation, if it's because, something's not functioning, I don't know. But the point is that he was feeling cold. So we have in this week's Parshat Vayetze, we have Rachel and we have Leah. Two sisters, right? And the story goes that Yaakov Avinu was going to be destined. He was promised for Rachel Imenu. They were going to get married. And Rachel, in her kindness and her compassion, she gave over to her sister Leah these special symbols, simanim, saying, okay, when you're going to get married, do this, and Yaakov's going to think you're mean, you're going to marry him. So, as the story goes, Leah gets married to Yaakov first. But because Rachel gave up Yaakov for her, then fast forward, Yaakov also marries Rachel. Fast forward a little bit more, Leah's having one son after another. And Rachel has no children, and she's heartbroken, and she's sad, and she doesn't know what to do, and she feels like it's the end of the world. So she goes to her sister Leah because she sees that Leah's son Reuben has these fertility flowers. She says to her, "Give me some of these flowers. Can I have some?" And Leah looks at her and she says to her, "First you took my husband, and now you want my flowers?" So when you're reading this in the Chumash, you're reading this and you're like, "Oh, Leah, how could you say such a thing to your sister?" But more than that, what does Rachel do? Nothing. She doesn't answer back. She doesn't say to her, "What are you talking about?" She doesn't give into a whole discourse and a whole argument about I'm the one who you took my husband. Nothing. She just says, "Okay, what's the price?" basically. And they make a deal. And I was reading this, and I was thinking back to this old man with the scars. And I thought to myself, wow, Rachel Imenu was such an incredible woman. She had the koach to be able to look at a person, not get trapped up in this whole, no, I have to prove I'm right. My perspective is the only perspective. The way I see is the right way. She could actually look at her sister, give her sister the benefit of having her own perspective, and just focus on her goal. So many times we get caught up into the details. Her goal was she wanted these flowers. She wasn't getting into a fight about something else. And she got the flowers. And Leah's goal was her husband. And she got her husband. It's a huge lesson for us. Shabbat shalom.